How many different kinds of stages do we have anyway? Here at Dayton Live, we have several different kinds of stages in our venues, and I wanted to share with you what they're called and why. Let's take a look. I'm standing on the DP&L Company Foundation stage inside the Benjamin and Marion Schuster Performing Arts Center. This open stage is considered a platform stage. These types of stages usually consist of a raised platform at one end of the room with the audience sitting in rows facing the stage. Platform stages are often used in multi-purpose halls where hosting live performances are only one of the space's uses. Where the stage is open and without curtains, they are sometimes known as end stages or open stages. The Loft Theater is located inside the Metropolitan Arts Center and is the home to the Human Race Theater Company. This stage is called a thrust, and like the name implies, the stage thrusts itself out into the auditorium and the audience surrounds it on three sides. You might even hear someone call this a three-quarter thrust. Now the thrust stage area itself doesn't always need to be semicircular. It could be square, could be half a polygon, or any number of shapes. But by design, the thrust stage increases the intimacy between the performer and the audience. Here in the Mattil Theater, we have a different kind of stage. Located inside the Schuster Center, this space is considered a black box or black box theater. Like the name suggests, it's a big black box that is a single room painted black or blue, and the floor of the stage at the same level as the first audience row. The stage and the seating can be arranged into 1,000 configurations. Our newest venue is the P&C Arts Annex, and it too has its own black box theater. However, this space is a shapeshifter. It can be a black box when the risers are pushed into the wall. It can be a thrust stage when the seating risers are pulled out from the walls. It can be a platform theater if we set up a temporary platform somewhere. And it can also be configured as an in-the-round theater where the audience sits around the stage on all four sides. So many options! Our two big theaters are called proscenium theaters because the stages in both are surrounded by an architectural frame called the proscenium arch. Here in the Victoria Theater, the proscenium arch is ornate and part of the theater's beauty. Before the Victoria Theater's renovation in 1989, the stage was very shallow and had limited wing space. That's because after the fire in 1919 that destroyed the theater, the stage was rebuilt with the prevailing style of the day, which was a smaller stage than what we see in newer theaters today. The renovation in 1989 added 1,275 square feet of stage and wing space by knocking out the back and side walls. Here you can see where the old brick meets the new brick. Other theaters, like here in the Mead Theater, have a simple but effective proscenium arch. These types of theaters often include an orchestra pit and a fly tower for the movement of scenery and lighting, as you've seen in other episodes of Behind the Scenes. Deep stages and ample wing space are also typical of proscenium theaters. Here at Dayton Live, we have several different kinds of stages where you get to experience performances, lectures, classes, workshops, and hold meetings. Have you been in all of our venues? I want to thank all of our supporters. We've been able to keep our stages in great shape thanks to your support, but the need is still there, so if you can, donate to Dayton Live, your home for arts, culture, and entertainment. You can do that at daytonlive.org or text CREATE to 243-725. Now, I want to share one more thing with you about our stages. The word proscenium comes from the Greek word proskenion, which means the frame through which an audience views the action on stage. If you've ever heard the phrase, breaking the fourth wall, you are hearing a reference to a theatrical technique where performers break through an imaginary boundary created by the three sides of the proscenium arch and the stage floor. The concept is hundreds of years old and usually attributed to the French dramatist Diderot. Well, today, the concept is steeped in the 19th century aesthetics of naturalism and realism. So, breaking the fourth wall, just like when Peter Pan asked the audience directly to clap for Tinkerbell, it can be used to engage audiences in new and unique ways, all because of the proscenium arch. Well, thanks for joining me for this episode of Behind the Scenes at Dayton Live. I'll see you next time.